With summer approaching, so are the season finales for some of your favorite shows, including Law and Order. The final 2 episodes are coming up, and we have one of the show stars with us, Jesse Martin, to talk about that. Thank you for joining us, Jesse. So tell me,
Thank you.
I am too. Tell me about Wednesday night's episode.
Well, typically we show up at a crime scene, and in this case, we show up at a fellow detective's house, which has become a crime scene. Detective Nick Falco, played by Michael Imperioli, goes on a date and wakes up the next morning, and the girl that he was dating ends up dead in his bathroom. Now we show up, and it looks to us like he did it. So we spend the rest of the episode trying to figure out whether he did or not, and trying to keep him out of the way because he's so eager to prove his innocence that he keeps getting in the way of the investigation.
Of course, this is the
Reader's Digest version.
Yeah, that was great. I love it. Thank you. It's the longest running crime drama, 16 years now. Why do you think it's so popular?
I have no idea. If I knew, I'd probably, come up with my own franchise. But the truth of the matter is, I think it has a lot to do with consistent writing. I mean, for over the last 16 seasons, we've had some great writers, and great guest stars, great actors. It's New York. New York's the biggest character in the series. But I really don't know. I'm just glad it has lasted that long because I've had a job.
You have. You have played Detective Ed Green for 7 seasons now. What do you like about that character so much?
Well, I mean, I love that he's on that show and I get to be in New York more than anything. But the truth of the matter is, one of the things I'm starting to love about Detective Green is that he's calmed down enough to take advice from more experienced detectives. I mean, he used to be so quick to just jump on people, and always went on instinct, always on instinct. And now I think he does a lot more listening than talking, and I actually really, really like that.
So I take it you'll be back next season.
Oh yes.
Now tell me, you have a background in theater as well. You performed in Rent on Broadway and in the movie version of this. Which do you like better, TV or theater?
I don't know. I mean, I like acting, so wherever they'll have me do it, I'll do it. But I mean, I would have to say my heart always belonged on stage. I mean, there's nothing like being in a theatrical production. I mean, nothing like it. It's actually like the thing that has saved my life, growing up. As a kid, standing on stage seemed scary to me, but the truth of the matter is when I got on that stage, I have never felt more comfortable.
Well, it shows. Let me ask you this, too. Jerry Orbach, of course, passed away this season. How has that changed things on the set for all of you?
Well, I mean, it was, obviously devastating when Jerry passed away. We've spent a lot of time with Jerry, and a lot of the crew members had been there, the whole time that Jerry had been there, and that was like 13, 14 years. So, obviously everybody was affected by it. But, luckily, we've had actors that have come in, and particularly Dennis Farina. He came in, very respectfully so, and took over and made it a really easy transition because, when somebody like Jerry isn't with us anymore, I mean, he was such an iconic presence, and Briscoe was such an amazing character that, you're not sure how the show's going to last without him. You know what I mean? And the fact that we've continued on is a testament to the crew and to the writers and to everybody involved, because I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I mean, Jerry was the man. And as far as I was concerned, Law and Order was encapsulated in that character. So it was devastating, that he wasn't there.
Well, you have all done a tremendous job keeping that show going. And so nice to see you. Thank you so much for being here.